Hi everybody, how y'all doing on this Monday morning? I hope you're doing well. Just wanted to weigh in. It's been a couple of weeks or so that I've weighed in, but I just wanted to talk about my thoughts today. It's my thoughts are racing. Like I just can't believe it. I'm just in shock. We are in the midst of another government shutdown. I'm at right here at my local Walmart, and I just decided to, pick up a few things, um, for the week. And I was on the road and noticed that traffic is very scarce, and I live in a area here in Hampton Roads where there's lots of military here. I was in the military here myself at Fort Eustis years back, and it hasn't changed. Military, more and more military families, civil service, everything. This is just like the heart of the military, really, because if you ask me, we got Norfolk, we got Little Creek, we got the Navy, we got the Coast Guards, the Army, Air Force, all right here. Langley Air Force Base right up here in Hampton. And so I'm just basically saying that this government shutdown has just really affected lots of people, hundreds of thousands of people right here in Hampton Roads. I would literally say, just in a matter of a couple of days, they shut the government down Friday, well, we'll say Saturday midnight, and here it is Monday morning, and it just looks like a ghost town here almost. There's a few cars, people going about their business, probably essential personnel, and of course civilians that work on a daily basis at their jobs. But we don't see a lot of military personnel. We don't see a lot of civil service people. And that was the crux of the traffic. And I know there's hardly any traffic. I mean, I'm not complaining because I don't like a lot of traffic anyway, but it really puts a damper on you because you see all these people working and going to work, and now you realize just how many people were working in the military here and working as a civil service, and now they're not working. Just in one day, the government has really put a damper on these people, their jobs, their families, and everything. And then we see the businesses, some of them are actually closed because nobody's coming to eat, because the families are not going to go eat out. They're not going to go shopping because they don't know when their next paycheck is going to come. So this is really, and the government, the Congress is once again playing the blame game. It's business as usual with them, because this happened in 2013 when the government was shut down with Barack Obama and Speaker of the House John Boehner. So we went through this in 2013, and it seems like it's the same old thing. Like Congress can't seem to get it together and work together. This government shutdown should have never happened in the first place, because they are shutting the government down over some stuff that they could just have been, they should have been resolved, all these issues. I mean, if you're going to have two major parties, we have two major political parties. We have the Democrats, the Republicans, and then we even have independent parties and independent individuals that belong to the independent party, and they are working as well. So you got all these people with different views here, and they can't seem to come together. If you can't come together, if you can't run this government and this country by coming together, I have no idea why we have this system set up this way. because this system can't continue to run this way if y'all not going to work together. It really is getting annoying. The American people go back and forth, okay? I remember when the people were frustrated with the Democrats during Barack Obama's era. And then now the Republicans are in control because the people voted the Democrats out. Now we back and forth talking about vote the GOP out, remember in November and all this stuff, you know? But what is it doing for the American people? Because going flip-flopping back and forth, what is it? Every 4 years we got to deal with the Democrats not doing what they're supposed to do. Every 4 years we got to deal with the Republicans not doing what they're supposed to do. This has got to stop. This is not how this system was set up. If y'all can't work it, I don't know what the problem is. This is actually the 19th government shutdown though in the history of this country. So we actually have had this issue going on for, if you look it up, there have been 18 previous government shutdowns before this one. So this seems to be common for these people that they can't work together. More so, it's just disheartening for the American people to have to see this. We got other people in other nations just looking at us like, what are they doing? Can they get their stuff together? And this is actually going to cause a global problem, because now the people who trade with us, the foreign our foreign trade and everything, they're gonna be like, they're unstable, they're not getting themselves together, so that's gonna affect us globally, economically. Can we be trusted for them to make decisions if we have to be in alliance with them, if we have to be we're their allies and we have to make decisions? Are they going to be able to help us out? That people will pull out of alliances with us just because of this. Now people want to blame the people are blaming the Republicans, they're blaming the GOP, the Dems, and the president even. Well, I think if we look at it, we could blame all of them all day long. But the bottom line is, every person that we have named, every party, the GOP, the Dems, the president of the United States, all need to work together. That is what they are here to do. They are not here to pass blame when something goes wrong. They are actually supposed to be working together, they should do whatever they can to, I'm not saying that we never gonna have problems, right? But when you have a problem, you always find a solution. That's what they should be doing. So we got plenty of problems, okay? But what you gonna do? Sit up here and do nothing about it and then just pass blame? That never works for anybody, whether it's a government, a business, a family, whatever it is. That when you do that, you're just creating more problems, and the problems are getting worse and building up. So our military has to suffer. The military doesn't even get paid. They still have to go to work, but they don't get paid. And I was actually in a government shutdown, barely knew it, because I was deployed to Haiti in 1994 under the Clinton administration, and I was a single soldier, so it really didn't affect me. And they just told us there was a problem with your pay, and I was like, okay, I'm over here deployed, I can't spend no money anyway, and I'm single, and it didn't bother me. But you know what? I noticed the distress that was coming from my married counterparts. Their family members were actually calling. They were actually going up to our CO and going up to our, that's our commanding officer, and going up to the HQ headquarters and everything, and doing what we call pay inquiries. And they were their families were calling, and they were calling their families, and they were distressed because they didn't get paid. And the government had shut down, and they didn't even tell us that. To tell you the truth, we didn't know. So y'all soldiers at least know, and y'all can deal with it. But the only thing they told us is there was a problem with the pay. So even that still was distressing for the soldiers. So imagine now knowing, for these soldiers, it's even more stressful to know that you are in a government shutdown, in the midst of a government shutdown, and your government doesn't care enough to do something. Another terrible part of this is that the military soldiers that still have to go to combat and still die in combat, their family members don't get death benefits. So that needs to change. It's terrible because Senator McConnell, Republican GOP senator, was offered two or three times, I don't even know how many times, over this weekend, they did a vote and to pay our military, to continue the Pay Our Military Act that was enacted in 2013 temporarily. And he voted. I watched him with my own eyes say no. Didn't give an explanation. For someone who, like Donald Trump, who claims that he cares about our military and the protesters are disrespecting our military and all this nonsense, talking all this nonsense, he under his GOP Republican Party voted no to paying our military. You could at least pay the military soldiers, okay, during this government shutdown. But no, they said Senator McConnell voted no, with no explanation. They just asked him, what is your vote, Senator? And he said no. Okay, that was it. He just said no. No explanation, nothing, no why. But then he did go on further to blame this shutdown on, the Dems because of the DACA deal and all this stuff. This shouldn't even be an issue either, because the deal that the Democrats had on the table would actually legalize these people. I mean, they've been here, 20, 30 years? They should have been legal. Now, people are claiming that it is the Dreamers' fault that they didn't apply for citizenship. Y'all are wrong on that. They wanted this one man that they sent back to Mexico and separated him from his family. He saved his own money to become a citizen, and for some reason they wouldn't allow him to become a citizen. He's not a criminal. He didn't do anything wrong. A model citizen, and he a model immigrant, and he wanted to become legal, and they told him no. So, you blaming the Dreamers for all of this. These people could make them legal. The businesses don't want them legal because then, they're benefiting because they won't have to pay taxes. So they won't have to pay for their benefits. They'll get a tax break for sure with the IRS because, hiring illegals is good business for them because they won't have to pay taxes on them. So they won't have to pay the minimum wage, okay? So there's many reasons why they don't want these Dreamers to become citizens. But then Donald Trump wants them out. They're blaming the Dreamers and saying it's their fault that this government shut down. They're blaming the Dems for supporting the Dreamers. But had they just made them legal in the first place, we wouldn't even be having this conversation. It's all that simple. And they're telling you all these lies and telling you all this and saying that, we shut the government down because of this, XYZ, or it's this person's fault. The bottom line is this government shutdown should have never happened, and it needs to get fixed, especially for our military. So if you're listening, Donald Trump, anybody, you need to, all of y'all up in that Congress needs to work on these issues. We don't need to hear no more excuses. We don't need to be a part of your blame game. We need results. We have been needing results, and y'all still have not delivered. So we will remember in November when it is time to vote. You best believe that. Okay, I got to get going because, it's been about 13 minutes already of this rant. So I'm just gonna move. I'm gonna be moving on the rest of my day. Y'all just try to have a good day and try to get through this government shutdown as best as you can. We will continue to speak out. We will continue to make our demands. But most important, y'all get out there and register to vote. And y'all vote these people out who do not care about this country. Okay, seriously. That's how we can make these changes. We can make it happen. We, the people, can make these changes. Okay, for those people who are going to take care of this country, they can stay in, but if the ones that's not, they need to be voted out. So get out there, register and vote, and make your voice be heard. All right, peace out, people. Y'all have a blessed day. All right, bye.